Hello, the internet! It is Sunday, the 19th of November 2023, and welcome back to the channel. We got ourselves a little situation here in Australia, a little situation that might make the rest of the planet laugh, and it might make a bunch of Australians cringe, and it might make a bunch of Australians very happy. Situation is a beverage that has been on the market now for a few months, I think 3 or 4 months this has been out for, has been forced to rebrand because their branding is apparently targeting minors, the underage. Now look, first thing to note of this situation is, yes, they're using the same brand because they are owned by the parent company of the brand. So we're not dealing with a copyright issue here. I want to make that clear before I show you what we've got here. We're not dealing with a brand ripping off another brand. We're dealing with a brand bringing out a version of their product. In this case, the version contains alcohol. And there's a few things to unpack there as well. First of all, I'll show you the original product, which has been on the market for decades. Everybody in Australia knows you got to work it hard to be a solo man. This beverage here is a lemon. The rest of the planet would know it as a soda pop. We call this, funnily enough, we call this a soft drink. Any carbonated flavored beverage in this country gets considered a soft drink. The most recent addition to, well, the parent company, the company that I'm going to say brews, the company that brings this to the market is Asahi. That's a Japanese company, so not even Australian, right? A Japanese company. They under license to Asahi is Carlton United Breweries that brought out Hard Solo, which is a alcoholic version of Solo. Makes sense to me. We call this a soft drink. This is a hard drink. This is the hard version of this drink. That would all play nicely anywhere else on the planet, except in Australia. From what I understand in my readings, the Cancer Council of Western Australia complained that this product is targeted towards minors, underage people. That's a lot to swallow, considering it very clearly says alcoholic lemon. It has the alcohol percentage, only 4.5 too, by the way. I know, calm down. Is there any alcohol in there? It's only 4.5%. This is clearly what we consider an RTD, a ready to drink, a premix. By the way, a little side note there. The first ever RTD came from Australia, from South Australia. I used to drink it when I was younger. 2 Dogs. Funnily enough, a lemon drink, 2 Dogs. That's a side story. This is an RTD. It's very clear that it's an RTD. It's not available anywhere you can buy this, right? This is available service stations, you'd call it gas station. This is available supermarkets, in delis, what are they called? Dispensers, automatic teller machines, and those. This is available anywhere. This is only available in your bottle shops. We call them bottle shops. You can't get this in a deli. You can't get this in a convenience store. There's none of that Späti stuff like in Germany where you can go and get booze anywhere you please. This is only available in a bottle shop, and you need ID to buy it. So as a minor, you can't even go and buy this, just like you can't go and buy alcohol anywhere, regardless of what it is. So the idea that this is confusing young people to go and buy it when they thought they were buying this, that's a joke. That's got to be a joke, right? Because if you're going to buy this, you technically need identification and you need to be in a specific store. If you're going to buy this, you can go and do it anywhere you want. I mean, to be completely frank, they're both quite bad for you, right? This is 41% sugar. This is a bit less sugar, but it's got alcohol. So you could argue that they're both not very good for you. Australia just gets themselves in a bit of a hissy with this stuff. For the first time ever, it feels like we could have caught up to the rest of the planet, because the branding on this, hard solo, it almost makes it global in the sense that, well, we've got the soft drink, now we've got the hard drink. Oddly enough, America has hard beverages. They call them, I mean, I've seen Mike's Hard Lemonade. You've got hard beverages, which is alcohol, but they don't have the soft beverages. They call this soda pop. Like we call this soft drink. They brand all of their, or not brand, but they pile all of their carbonated flavored beverages into one bag, and it's just called soda, which is strange because soda is the carbonation inside any fizzy drink, the carbonate, right? Soda, the soda pop. But Americans would say, oh, go and grab me a soda. And then you got to say, well, which one do you want? Oh, I'll get a Coke, or I'll get a Solo, or I'll get a Mountain Dew, or whatever it is. But this is a soft drink. This is a hard drink. Australia, very, very concerning. I've got a news story here I want to read from. It's from a webpage called Drinks Digest. That's a little too small. I want to read this out because this kind of covers it more so than what I just did, and it might shed some more light into the situation. So Carlton United Breweries, I guess we should even jump in there and say, by the way, this is going to be rebranded to Hard Rated. So it's not even going to be called Hard Solo. They're just going to change this word here to the word rated. Isn't that weird? They're going to have to... Everything else can say the same, right? It'll just look like this, except it'll say hard rated. And so the kids that are confusingly, mistakenly buying this will go, oh, that one. Oh, I thought that was Solo, but it's clearly, that's hard rated. That's different. Yeah, I get it now. The kids, right? Won't someone think of the kids? I just wanted to say that before we read this story, because that is in this story, but I had read that previously. So it says Carlton and United Breweries, Cub, has announced it will change the name of its ready-to-drink alcohol lemon beverage Hard Solo to Hard Rated. The decision follows the release of the Alcohol Beverages Advertising Code Scheme. So this is the ABAC. It's their decision in response to complaints about Hard Solo appealing to minors. So some bright souls have complained. Who would complain that this is confusing you for this? Who would do that? They're super different, right? In one sense, this is a dark can and this is a light can. Now, ignore the fact that one's slightly larger. That's just the size I could only find for this. But one is dark and one is light. It's pretty clear that they're different, right? If you mistakenly bought this thinking it was this, as soon as you look at it, you'd be like, okay, I got the wrong one. And if you're an adult, then you can decide, well, I don't want to drink it, so I'll give it to my mate. Or I'm going to go and ask for a refund. But you might argue that if you bought this mistakenly and you were looking for this and you're an adult, that would never happen because you're in a liquor store or you're in a Dan Murphy's or wherever it is and you're buying alcohol. So you're not, if you got that instead, you made a bigger mistake. The hard rated liquid will be identical to Hard Solo. The only thing that will change is the name and the packaging. Despite ABAC pre-vetting. So yeah, you might ask, then how the crap did you get this, dude? How did this even come out? They said it was okay. So the ABAC, yo, Maximum, how you doing, man? Is it in Canada? I do not believe it is in Canada, Maxim. I believe this is an Australian-only release. But yeah, the ABAC had already said, oh yeah, that's fine. That's good to go. And then some yahoos, the Cancer Council in Western Australia, of all people, they went, no, that's not good. And we're complaining. And then the ABAC went, oh, okay. Well, then we'll have to look into this deeper. And so they did. Despite the ABAC pre-vetting considering Hard Solo an appropriate product and consistent with the requirements of the code, the ABAC panel final determination found that the name Hard Solo breached the code standards, and now they list the standard there, on strong or evident appeal to minors. The rebranding process will need to be completed by 9th of February 2024, with Hard Solo tap decals in pubs and clubs also needing to transition by that date. So they've gone out and rolled this this stuff's in, yeah, I've not seen it on tap, but there it is. You can go and get it in a pub. Now they're going to have to take all that crap out and rebrand it because somebody complained. Like, what is wrong? What is wrong with people? What is wrong with this country? We have liquor stores because you can't buy liquor as a minor. How can there be confusion if you can't even be in the premises where you buy this from? Right? You need an ID to do. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But here we are. Yo, Dale, how you doing, man? Speaking of stupid, can I do that? How you doing, man? I've been yappity in your Kick chat. Oh, I'm on Kick. Yeah, this is the first time I'm restreaming to Kick as well as out here on YouTube. That's an interesting a change for me. But thanks for yapping over there. I want to continue reading this story, but I want to taste this, right? And I want to do a comparison, because if you've happened to somehow mistakenly come home with one of each and you're confused, maybe you might need to see it up close. So I've got two cold ones here. I'm not going to open up room temperature. And I've got two glasses here. And I just want to like decant it into a glass and just compare. So on the left, we're going to have Hard Solo, which is obviously a vodka. It smells like gin. Wow, that's interesting. I'll just put a little in here. So that's your Hard Solo. Up comes next, and I've not had a Solo in years. That's kind of smells like soap. What the hell? Did I touch my hands with soap or something? It smells like soap. It's bizarre. Okay. Well, they look very similar in terms of appearance. In fact, that's 1 for 1, dude. That's almost identical in terms of what they look like up against that light. All right, let's go for a taste test. Solo, Hard Solo. Oh yeah, I remember that flavor. It's they call it pub squash in this country. Ironically, right? Pub squash. Pub squash without alcohol. You Aussies have some bizarre laws, right on, Dale. I'm glad that you said that, because I agree with you. Okay, hard Solo. Dude, that's so different. That's an alcoholic beverage. This is just a sugar beverage. That's as obvious as it gets, man. I drink plenty of RTDs, like my Jack and... Dude, that's a good... I got a tangent to that. Let me put some ice in here if I'm going to drink from this. What's that going to say, or what does this precedent say for the soon-to-be released in Australia Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola premix? Calm down. I know some of you guys might be like, we've already got Jack and Coke in this country. It's been out forever. No, that's Jack and Cola, not Coca-Cola. There is coming to the market, to Australian market, next year, early next year, there is Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola branded together on the same can. I wonder what this precedent states, or what this sets up for that release, because that's already got a global release. Came out in Mexico end of last year. It's gone through all of the states right now. Europe already at 10% in Germany, of course. 7% everywhere else. Australia's getting it at 4.8%. God bless, right? Always the lousiest alcohol laws. Got a little ice on both of these now. Probably not going to drink much of that because it's just a soft drink and I don't do soft drinks, but that's just a straight up party drink at a family reunion. This is an adult beverage. Yeah. Dalesky, a 4-pack of Jack and Coke in cans here is $12.99. I'll keep pouring my own mix, thanks. Well, yeah, okay. I mean, the costing, yeah, okay. So the premix, we'll get onto that, the premix Coca-Cola and Jack, because I want to see, I want to put it out there that maybe having a forced rebrand of this might throw up a curveball for Brown-Forman trying to have their Jack and Coke allowed in Australia, right? It's already out there everywhere else, but is it going to be a case of, no, that's, what about the kids, man? The kids might think that's Coca-Cola because it says Coca-Cola on it, right? Let's pull it up now. Let's pull it up. Here we go. Jack Daniels, right? This is from literally a brand deal between two of the biggest, right? Jack Daniels, or Brown-Forman, who distributes Jack Daniels products, and Coca-Cola. This is literally a product that's already on the market. It's already there. It's flying, right? It's coming to Australia. Looks nice too. The can looks lovely. But are we going to see the Cancer Council in Western Australia say, oh, I don't know, the kids, Coca-Cola with their little funky branding, what's it called? The ribbon. They might be like, no, that's Coca-Cola. Let's go and buy some. Again, you can't buy it unless you're in a liquor store or a BWS or whatever. So if this is too close to this, what's going to happen with that? It literally has the word Coca-Cola on the can. Trademark logo. Yeah, but okay, are you talking about the Jack and Coke? Because that is trademarked, but it's a brand deal, right? They're united now. They're together. This here is made by the same company that makes this, or the parent company. So there's zero licensing concerns here. The only concern here is that the Cancer Council, of all people in Western Australia, have decided that this is too close to this, and kids are going to go and buy this when they think they're buying this, if somehow they miraculously find themselves in a liquor store with an ID. You're talking about Jack and Coke. Yeah, so for years and years and years, we've had Jack Daniels and Cola. I'll show you what that looks like. This has been out for years. Of course, Jack and Cola. This is nothing new. You guys also have your blackjack over in the States. But this here has been out forever, right? This is nothing new. This is nothing new. Are you saying Cancer Council or Cancel Council? I'm saying cancer as in the sun cancer. Skin cancer, my bad. So here, back to this story. What the ABAC said. ABAC panel chair professor... Dude, there's too many P's and C's there. ABAC panel chair Professor Michael Laverick, he said, this decision was the first occasion the panel has been called upon to assess the packaging of an RTD product with a brand name and core branding elements taken from a well-established and iconic soft drink brand. Why would a Cancer Council have any say on this? I don't know. I don't know what they handle specifically, Dale, but it's a good question. Carlton United Brewery, which is the guys who bring us Hard Solo, were careful to devise a packaging design that identified Hard Solo as an alcoholic beverage and not a soft drink, which I'm backing that up. It says, almost in as big letters as the actual branding, it says alcoholic lemon. And then right underneath it, it's got the percentage of alcohol. You cannot mistake that. And if you do, maybe you've had a few too many already. Or maybe you've had too many sugar drinks and the sugar's rotted your brain. However, the panel believed a reasonable person would probably understand that a household soft drink brand found in an estimated 1.7 million homes, stocked in supermarkets and convenience stores, and marketed freely without the restrictions placed on alcohol products, Solo was an entirely familiar and relatable brand to minors. Of course it is. Of course it is. Nobody's disputing that. Of course it's a relatable brand to minors. It's been out in this country for decades. I don't drink this shit, but everybody does, right? You got to work it hard to be a Solo man. Everybody knows this crap. It's been out forever. The main thing that they're not saying in that little blurb is that you can't buy this where you buy this. You can only buy this in select alcohol outlets. So strange. Using the Solo name and other branding features on Hard Solo would elevate the appeal of Hard Solo and create an illusion for minors of a smooth transition from the non-alcoholic to the alcoholic variant of solo. So they're taking away the choice and the experience of being young and saying, no, the sheer fact that you might equate these two things together, and even though you might turn 18 and you might have a legitimate driver's license or a photo ID and you're legally allowed to go and buy it, we're not going to let you. That's what they're saying. They're saying right there, when you turn old enough and you're responsible enough to vote and you want to go and get a beverage, if you've seen these two, you might go and get that one. That's what they're saying. Australia, right? We hear this saying often, the nanny state. Well, there's more than one state in this country. I would say the nanny country, right? It's the whole thing. The whole country is just overrun by this mentality of like, no, you can't have, there can't be any free choice here. We gotta make certain that you can't even connect these dots. We don't want you to be able to ever connect that those two are related. Even though in the can is solo with, I'm assuming, vodka. It doesn't say, I mean, it's just alcohol, but I'm assuming vodka and solo. As long as the can looks visibly different, we don't want you to connect those dots. So strange. Australia, like, I love this country. It's my country, right? I love it. But fuck, it's so stupid sometimes. Like, so, it makes you cringe, right? It makes you cringe. It goes on here. Hard Solo was a novel case in that previous RTD packaging designs considered by the ABAC had been built upon envisaging an alcohol type or a well-known alcohol brand being combined with a soft drink such as cola or ginger ale. Hard Solo packaging, by contrast, is led by the brand recognition of Solo soft drink. Because of the novel issue, the number of complaints spread over a month, and the two-stage process for final decisions on brand names and packaging, the panel determination was lengthy, and the process has taken several months to finalize. Most ABAC decisions are made within 30 days. So they were sitting around going, well, if we do this, it's not going to look good. But then again, it is Australia. They're used to this already. It's a normal thing. We might as well just go ahead and do it. It says the number of complaints spread. Who's got time to make complaints like this? Who cares so much for that, right? Who would complain to the ABAC that the packaging of a new product is too similar to an existing product and therefore it's dangerous to the country? I can't believe it. So how did Carlton United Breweries respond to this? Because these are the ones that it's affecting the most. Carlton United Brewery said that while it is disappointed by the outcome, it will accept the decision. Carlton United Brewery respects the work of the ABAC, particularly the Chief Adjudicator, former Australian Attorney General Professor the Honourable Michael Lavrich. ABAC performs an important role in ensuring that alcohol marketing is undertaken responsibly. A spokesperson said, as we comply with the ABAC decision and the Hard Solo brand exists in the market, we'd like to assure many Australian adults who have loved Hard Solo that the taste won't change when the name changes to Hard Rated. It's just so stupid. It really is. I can't imagine that it's going to change any kid at all. In fact, it's probably going to trip you up more to think, is that the same as a Solo? Because instead of SOLO, it's going to have RATED. I'm assuming in the same font. I'm assuming the same bevel and embossing. I'm assuming the same coloring, right? So that's probably going to be like more of a, dude, that looks exactly like the Solo brand. And if you didn't already consider that they were together, then you might start thinking deeper about it. Whereas right now, you'd be like, oh yeah, they're together. If you're trying to stop the kids from thinking, this is probably going to trip them up to start thinking more, which could be a good thing. In its submission to the ABAC, Carlton United Brewery argued Solo had always been positioned towards distinctly adult demographic, evidenced by the Solo Man ads of the 70s and 80s, with the tagline, "A man's drink." You probably couldn't do that these days. While more recent ads show a broader range of adult blah blah bling bling blang. Here we go. Living in a nanny state. Sky News host Caleb Bond was among the first who felt the ABAC decision was extreme. Now, I have this out already. This is the Sky News Australia report. I want to take a look at this. I hope I don't get dinged for this, but we're gonna take a look at it. We'll make it transformative though.
Thursday afternoon, Andrew. I don't think I'm giving away any trade secrets by saying that on a sitting week like this, you're starting to think of maybe a light refreshment on your way home. Maybe you'll skip a beer and go for a hard solo this week.
All right.
What a segue. That was seamless.
Segue, isn't it? There's the airport lounge, heading back to Sydney, heading home to see my family. I love Thursdays. Favourite day of the week. But
Thursdays. Gee, is that reminding you of something? Is that the Solo can? Shit.
this is my favourite story today. The controversy over so-called hard solo. Yes, you're not seeing double, and it's not April Fool's Day. Brewer Asahi has released an alcoholic version of the soft drink, and the Teal Independents aren't happy. North Sydney MP Kylie Tink spoke earlier to our reporter and producer Cameron Redden.
Very interesting. As we go for this story, I'm going to enjoy a little more of this hard solo. And then, as an adult, I'm going to flex my abilities to choose my own choices, and I might even add some vodka to this solo. And then maybe we'll come back on Kick for a regular stream. By the way, I see 5 watching and 4 likes on the YouTube machine. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you.
As it currently exists, the way it's packaged, the way it tastes, the name of it, it just doesn't pass that pub test. So I'd like to see it taken off the shelves, and I'd like to see a conversation ongoing around what sort of products are actually introduced to the market.
Go back. What did she say exactly?
As it currently exists, the way it's packaged, the way it tastes, the name of it.
Okay, well, first off, the taste isn't changing. So the product is not changing, just the branding. Just the can, it's going to say hard rated, not hard solo. So I'm sorry for this, love, but it's not going to happen.
Tink spoke earlier to our reporter and producer Cameron Redden.
As it currently exists, the way it's packaged, the way it tastes, the name of it, it just doesn't pass that pub test. So I'd like to see it taken off the shelves, and I'd like to see a conversation ongoing around what sort of products are actually introduced to the market.
Hey, Dugsky, how you going, Gibbs? I'm doing well, man. How you doing?
Presumably she thinks it'll encourage kids to drink. How many kids these days drink solo? That's an interesting question for you. Light on the fizz so you can slam it down fast, maybe.
That was the branding. I was trying to think. You got to work it hard to be a solo man, but light on the fizz so you can slam it down fast. That was the core branding of this product for years.
With the hard solo, I just had to show this famous 1980s ad that made the non-alcoholic variety of the drink famous.
I don't think I'm going to play this ad because I feel like they might ding me for it. But basically what you see here is a dude kayaking. And at the end, it says you got to work it hard to be a solo man.
Extra tangy lemon solo. Light on the fizz so you can...
Light on the fizz so you can slam it down fast.
Slam it down fast. You face the challenge. You've earned the reward. You've got to crack a solo!
So the question all the viewers want to know, Tom, is are you a solo man?
Liked it back in the day. I reckon I was of the era.
They're not saying much in this. They're not saying much here. I thought they'd have a bit more of a take on this.
Years later, when he has the solo first and then does that sort of canoe or kayak through the jungle path. I always liked that one. We used to joke. None of it used
effective
to go down
ads, aren't they?
It'd go down sort of his whole body.
Well, at least it was light on the fizz.
Yeah. Are they going to send a case to Kylie Tink? Is this the greatest advertising they could hope for?
Yeah, it is good advertising. I couldn't resist the story myself. Look, just on that disallowance motion, which I'm sure no one cares about, the government's going to force it on in the Senate. It will get voted down. Everyone will be getting their 60-day dispensing. Bit of a stunt, if you ask me.
You're talking about something else now. But there's the story in it. Hard Lear is better than a hard solo. Ah, shit. The big opening so you can slam it down fast. Yeah, and that's still there, actually. There's not much in it. If one of these is bigger than the other, it's very, very subliminal. But yeah, part of their branding or their marketing back in the day was a bigger mouth opening so you can get more of it into you quicker. Because when you're really thirsty, you need a big solo, big can of solo. So yeah, I mean, here we are in a position where if you are thinking of grabbing some of this, now's the time to grab it, because before February comes, it's going to be, this won't exist on the market. So in terms of a collectible, is what I'm saying. If you're going to collect something, you know, it might be worth buying a carton of it and just stashing it for 20 years. Oh, it's got that hard solo before it was hard rated, you know. I bought 2 4-packs, and I'll probably stash a 4-pack of it. I found it interesting going and buying this morning. I don't drink soft drinks. So I had to go and buy. I went into Woolies, and they've got them in, like, I think it's like a 16-pack or something with a handle. I was like, dude, I don't want to buy 16 of these things. When am I gonna? I don't drink this stuff at all, right? The only time you see me drink soft drink is when I'm mixing Coke with Jack. But now I've got a couple of these. I'm definitely going to be adding some vodka to this later. But yeah, a very, very interesting point we're at. And I just wonder, it's November, early next year when this Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola is released, are we going to see feedback? Are we going to see more complaints? This is now too close to Coca-Cola, and therefore it's going to need to be looked at deeper. The normal lemon solo is quite refreshing on a hot day. This guy, the regular one, original lemon, I haven't had it for a long time. I've got it here. That's that one, and this is the hard solo. And I mean, it's if you're not from Australia, that flavor is, it tastes like that. There's like a what's the not medicinal, but after sports drinks, not Gatorade, but it comes in a powder form, and you add it to water and you stir it. Can't remember what that's called. That's sort of what that tastes like. It tastes like you can have, if you finish it, there'll be a little bit of sediment at the bottom. That's the unmixed powder. This is the hard solo. Definitely an adult alcoholic drink. That's all I had for this stream. Do you want to wrap up and then come back out on Kick and hang out for a while? I guess you're over there already, Dale. Do you want me to come back and hang out on Kick for a little while, skis? Maybe listen to some tunes or something? I'll wait to see. Oh, am I going to say I'm waiting for Dale again? I'll wait to see what Dale says. Last time we waited for Dale, you know, that took forever. Dale, am I going to wait for you, or am I going to split? Oh, they've got to wait. There's a long latency on a YouTube stream. I'll just wait for a little while longer. Anyway, while we risk dead air. Hey, by the way, thanks for the upvotes, folks, for the likes. I see 5 likes and 7 watching. That's a good number. I'm out of here. I'll see you shortly. We got Mountain Dale. Mountain Dale was good. I'll see you on Kick shortly. I'll come over there. Don't have to wait for Dale. I'll come over there. All right, see you soon. Working hard for a solo, man. Get him out there.